Now, police have fired tear gas at protesters from the Occupy movement in the US city of Oakland in California. Clashes followed the peaceful rally which shut down Oakland's port, one of the largest in the country. An estimated 5,000 people gathered for the demonstration against what they call corporate greed. Protesters also managed to block the city's major streets. Well, Tim Simons is the organiser of the Occupy Oakland protests and joins us on the line now from the city. Tim, tell us what happened, because these were peaceful protests, weren't there? And then there were riot police. What's going on?
I'm actually in the central intersection here in downtown Oakland, right next to the plaza, the Occupy Plaza. And a few hours ago, people, after the demonstrations today, there's probably about 30,000 people in the streets today. People went ahead and took over an abandoned building that was a bank-owned property, a foreclosed property. It turned into a social center. The police moved in about an hour with tear gas and rubber bullets, flashbang grenades, similar to the other night, last Tuesday. And now they're advancing on the camp. I might have to run here in a second. I'm watching people run down the street away from the police lines as I speak. So. Yeah,
the pictures that we're looking at are astonishing. Are you saying there was no provocation at all by protesters, though? Because we're told that protesters did light a huge fire in the middle of a downtown street.
Yeah, people do that the heat from the fire makes the tear gas go away. So that's what I've been hearing on the street here. But other than that, there was no provocation at all. Except for people occupying a building, which is part of this movement. That was a very peaceful, calm situation until the riot police moved in. Earlier today, there were some bank windows that were smashed by some group of protesters. But other than that, it's been a really festive, exciting day here. Except now it's turned pretty ugly with the police moving in on downtown. So.
And this situation's still ongoing. What can you see happening?
I'm standing right here in the intersection and watching people face off on the police lines right now. They're standing up against the police. There's hundreds of riot police that are now on multiple sides of the Occupy Plaza. And here in this main intersection, this is the intersection where Scott Olson was shot in the head by police with rubber bullets and or possibly a tear gas canister last week. The police are issuing this dispersal order. So it's not clear if they're going to move in on the occupation this evening or whether they're just trying to clear the streets. But either way, they have been firing tear gas and concussion grenades.
Okay, and can you tell us why you specifically targeted the port in Oakland anyway? Because most people are assuming that the Occupy movement is targeting institutions, banking institutions and corporate institutions. Why the container port?
I think the port in Oakland is probably one of the most valuable. It's one of the most valuable places where money flows through, in and out of the city in terms of where, it's where the rich are making money off of the rest of us right now. And so people decided to march on the port in order to make a real clear statement today that this movement is not just going to sit in the parks and the plazas and the squares, which is great, these occupations, but it actually has the capability to disrupt the flows of capital, the flows of money that, the 1% is using. So people have said here that it's a warning shot to the 1%. This is what this movement is capable of. It's capable of shutting down the economy, the capitalist economy that the rich are benefiting from right now at the expense of everyone else.
OK, Tim, thanks very much indeed for that. Tim Simons giving us an update there from the Occupy movement. He's one of the organisers.